Hello all, welcome back to Rogue Trader, of course, game operator and narrator soul. Didn't miss much. All we did was we went back to the ship to get rid of smelly Abelard and to get Nadira looked at. And that was kind of a punishing cripple wound that she had, so we figured we'd do that. And now we're back in the Shadow Quarter, kicking off Sister Argenta's mission. So literally nothing has changed. It's just been like 6 loading screens, so I figured probably not worth the time. Go ahead and throw that in the episode, but let's go ahead and kick things off. Argenta gestures for your attention. Rogue Trader, I would like to remind you about Reverend Hieronymus's requests. He asked us to search for potential cultist den in Footfall's Shadow Quarters. You seem weighed down by something. What? No! Argenta shakes her head and rubs her temples tiredly. Apologies, Rogue Trader. Being here on Footfall is difficult for me. It's a minor personal weakness, but I'm as ready to fight as ever. It will have no effect on my combat skills. If something is troubling you, tell me. Perhaps I can help. Argenta shoots you a wary look. I suppose I could share it with you, but the tale will be long, and I'll have to start from the beginning. Well, let me just be narrator soul here, make sure I have my glass of water. I wasn't born in the Expanse. I was sent here to be a guardian of a reliquary on Footfall. But my ship became caught in a warp anomaly, and it lasted only days for those on board. Decades had flown by in real space. Oh, okay. When at last I arrived on Footfall, it felt like I had been erased from time. No one was waiting for me on this side of the maw. The people who were supposed to greet me, who knew about my imminent arrival, had died. The reliquary that should have been mine to safeguard had instead been taken under the protection of Reverend Hieronymus and his brethren. They were more than up for the task. They had no need of my help. Footfall became my cage. I didn't know who I was or what purpose I had here. The way back to Calixis seemed like another trap. Even if I were to find a ship headed there, my sector, my order, they too would have lived decades without me by that point. Whenever I'm reminded of those months spent on Footfall, it feels like I'm falling into a pit. I hope the rumors of cultists turn out to be true. I can't wait to prove with my bolter that the world and the Imperium need me. Wow, okay, that's actually kind of rough. That is one of the downsides of traveling in the warp, is that things can happen. And situations like this where you're gone for days, only to pop out, or sorry, for those in the ship, might feel like only days, weeks, or months, and you pop out and tens of years could have potentially passed. How and why did your stay on Footfall come to an end? Something must have changed. Yes, a sign, almost important, showed me the right path. But it's not something I could speak of like this on the street, in this den of malice. Let us be on our way. All I'll say is that on Footfall I met Lady Theodora and joined her. And that was the end of my languishing in this place. I must keep going. Alright, so we're looking for a place marked with a blue and gold sun. So this should be fun.
Over there!
Do you see that?
I hear strange breathing, full of poison and disease, masquerading as prayer.
That's good.
For one such as you, the most sincere prayer would be poison.
I'm so happy I brought these two together on this mission. As a side note,
How may I serve the dynasty?
yeah, it looks like that is the symbol we're looking for. And if I were to guess, I would say the golden point of that sun is pointing in the direction we need to go. So naturally, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna have a chat with this guard here. Alright. Guard's doing guard things. I guess that's alright. Not much I can do about that. Oh. But can I go down? A whole lot of things are lining up here. Exterminator squads, flamethrowers, very nice.
Forge my destiny among the stars.
I'm going to go around this way before I go ahead and deal with that shopkeeper issue going on. Greetings, sir. What brings you here? Do you want us to watch? Do you want to watch us break our backs out here, eh? Footfall Utility Crew 3 is proud to work for the good of the denizens and guests of the station. The man winks and salutes you with his flamer. What are you doing? Just burning rats, and some trash, and some parasites of other sorts. The district's under quarantine, you see. You got hit by something nasty. A disease, or maybe it isn't a disease, just some bugs and worms that crawled out of some ship or other. It is a bit odd that it happened here, and not at the docks, I'll grant you. Things like that usually start there. They even spray the place with some gunk to kill all the bugs and worms. But I guess something slipped through. 2 families in that block way over there snuffed it. And the Liege wasted no time getting the district surrounded so that nobody could leave. So you don't know exactly what happened in this district? Disease, bugs, or something else? No, we don't. And we don't want to find out. If something nasty's cropped up, the right move is to contain it and kill it with fire. Not go in to see what it is and why it's there. Well, killing it with fire is usually a good way of doing things around here. How exactly did the victims die? Who knows? They found them in their hovels already dead. Blue sores on their bodies, and they stank something awful. Which is why the lot that found them didn't even risk looting the corpses. Good on them, I guess. Doesn't mean we let them out, of course. This certainly sounds like warp. What measures have been taken to deal with the problem? You're looking at them. We stand here, burn the foulness, and we've got people standing guard so that no one escapes. Put some mines down, a whole load of them for the same reasons. The water, the sewers, all blocked off to stop any communications getting out. The air's open, I suppose, but the foulness doesn't seem to be airborne. There haven't been any strange deaths outside the district. Other people trapped in the quarantine zone being provided with aid of any kind? Of course not. I mean, I heard Reverend Hieronymus was praying for their souls. It sounded more like retribution fell upon them, and rightly so. That's the most they can hope for. Do I go into the quarantine zone? Or do I need special permission? I probably need special permission. I wish to enter the quarantine zone. No dice. Not gonna happen. We're letting no one in. I'm telling you right now, bribes and intimidation won't work on me, so don't even try. You can file a petition with the Liege if you're so desperate. But my advice to you would be go on your merry way. The Void's got plenty of nasty, dangerous holes, so you don't have to die in this one in particular. You go in and die, and that means I'll have more corpses to burn. He pointedly turns away. Well, maybe I will go talk to the Liege. What is this? More and leaflets. Oh, touching.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Oh, what's going on here? Cache once had a small door and a locking mechanism. Not there anymore. Just a simple warehouse. And it looks like it.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Fortune smiles on us. An ill omen.
Well, this is pointing directly into here. Well, let's try the door. To the cultist's lair. Oh, wow. That was quick. But we've missed loot. And I can't abide missing loot. So we know where the lair is.
Let the faith guide my
That was
path
quick.
to glory.
We should deal with this.
Whoa. Okay, it's the... Sign again. Rations and sundries. This looks great. Okay, not enough gear or food going around. Can you get into the crowd here?
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
What's that? That is the Rising Sun symbol, but just a whole big old block here. Okay. Worker, what are you doing? Working double shift by the looks of it. Shopkeep. Looks like everybody's upset. Probably rightly so. All right, so there's some goods back here. Yes. Basic ship stuff. As for over here, that was the quarantine zone, so we can't get in here yet. Yeah, quarantine zone's that side. Well then, I guess we'll just keep exploring over here.
Know your duty.
Laundry water. Oh, good. Just a launder. More cargo. Another leaflet. All the same stuff. Another sun symbol.
The shadows reveal their secret.
Oh yeah, sun symbol. Clear the rubble. Okay.
An expected result.
And what's in the box? Grenadier's gloves. Using grenades cost -1 AP for the wearer. Enemies suffer 2 additional damage from the wearer's grenades. Neat. Not really high on the priority list of using grenades, though. Pascal, if you would.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Base stuff. Uh-oh. Who holds a flamer like that, you idiot? We've almost refueled here, We'll show you how it's done. Not feeling it anymore, that's all. The guy is pretty much a cinder now. It was a lot more fun when he was alive and thrashing about. Random stuff for you over here, I guess. So let's grab it to the box. Charge and cargo.
Let us walk
And let's go have us a chat. What do we got here? Oh, Amber. That's what's going on. Well, far be it from me to say anything about Amber. Aside from maybe doing one of these.
I will not be deterred. The impure cannot escape.
He dodged.
None of them.
There, here comes another training target for us. Fire it up, you lot. I am upset that he dodged. Fire starter, thug. Fire starter. Arsonist. There's a lot of ranged guys here. Specialists. Cinder. Got a big old hammer. Maybe we'll get our melee lined up. And Sister Argenta just kind of post up here. Pascal, we can get into range of the fire starter, probably get a kill. Alright, first things first. Front line. Front line there. Rear. I'll get that posted up as a rear line. We'll leave the back line for now. Question is, what do we want to do? We want to get Argenta to push up and see if we can get a burst fire into here. Which might not be a thing. Thug, arsonist. That is a big ask, actually, going forward that far. I only got 44 health. I don't think we can do it.
Explorers know one route forward.
Give ourselves a boost. That's 2 AP, so you go ahead and fire this.
My valley.
And we missed the second guy. Well, nuts. Abelard, let's get you lit arm. Clairvoyant.
Anything else?
Technically, we could do a lightning strike here.
Foreboding. Was very well.
That's one kill.
No can do.
Sister Argenta. The fire starter's still up, which is troubling because he gets to go next. That's not cover. Could snap 2 shots. And 85.
Rejoice in battle!
There's no cover there. That's slightly better. Better off doing a burst.
Doubt is for the weak.
Burst at 54.
Faith without the Emperor.
Ish.
As the Emperor can escape the Emperor.
Arsonist down. Perfect.
Cleanses the
Oh, good. You have fire grenades. How heartwarming. Stun grenade. Didn't work.
Hold on.
Get in the fire.
Let's make it quick.
This is actually beneficial. Ow! More fire on Sister Argenta. That's a grenade. This whole place is on fire. I mean, that should have landed.
Here we go.
Abelard. You're going to go into fire. Honestly, we're probably better off waiting for everyone to come to us. $35.
Indeed. Victory is imminent.
Yeah, I'm going to pull these three back.
Let's get to it.
Good miss. And thank you for lining up. Potential for 3 here. Voice of command to Abelard. What else we got? I'll take my shot first. I'll use my stacks. 14 right now. Why not?
Emperor commands.
It's free.
Your corrupt way has failed.
That's 2 of 3. Sister Argenta do another burst.
I won't suffer this.
No line of sight.
Actions will speak louder.
Pascal, can you fire your arc gun again?
Running by now.
A little more damage.
Let's get to it. Out of my way.
We might lose Sister Argenta here.
Let's get to it.
Actually, we might be able to pull her back. Pascal, we're going to pull you right back. That is quite the collection of people that would love to feel the tingle of the arc rifle. Exploits. Move the front line up to here.
The Messiah knows all, comprehends all.
I could trigger a kill zone stratagem. And then be really cheap about what's about to happen here. That's way outside of my range, isn't it? Yes, it is. That was a solid miss, and that hurt me on a fundamental level. Can't see him.
Can I fall back now?
Yes. Yes, you
There
can.
is movement in the Empyrean.
Master Argenta, we might be able to pull you back. Get a firing line set up. These guys want to run through the fire, they can. Just hoping they don't set us on fire back here, which they're probably going to. What do we got? I actually have to push up in order to get this. He's going back into the flames. Means Adira is probably going to get killed. I say I wait.
Will do.
Right, clairvoyance. Lead arm. And can't make your head pop.
My soul shall become like fire.
All right, Agenta, move back.
Will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Too much fire.
Hold on.
Let's get
Strength and toughness reduced by 1. Action points reduced by. Ugh. Good dodge.
show me what you've got. I'm here, maggot.
I have to go by you. That's probably going to be an attack of opportunity. Which is a shame. I already have 1 charge of death from above. Might be able to get 2.
Trust me.
One.
Pleasure. As the tenants demand.
2.
No.
Yeah, close enough. I only have the 1. Dang, I was planning on doing a blade dance there. I'm not going to be able to.
Trust me. Come. The other side awaits.
Now I have 2 charges, but I don't have blade dance anymore.
The shadows will see it done.
But I think I will be fine.
I shall not fail. Blade whispers your
Ooh, got a parry. What do I need? What do I need? Could fall right back.
as the tenants demand.
And so I shall.
Let's make it quick.
Ooh. That's a thunder hammer. Okay, Cinder. I see you are here to play.
It will be done.
You ever get that feeling that you may have bit off more than you could chew? You can get lucky with a devastating attack.
At your beck and call. Grey hair, sure hand.
Good hit. Did not knock him prone. Okay. Well, that's all right. And we'll grab some more stacks.
Rejoice in service.
Do another overpen shot here.
And so, let this be the warning to all who oppose us.
Let's bring it down. $38.
Here we go. Let's get to it.
Not happy about misjudging the fire damage. I was actually thinking about using the first aid kit before moving Sister Argenta. That'll learn me things. And this is where I push up
Cover me.
and then suffer perils of the warp. Give you some sensory depth.
Anything else?
Sitting well, about midfield on Veil Degradation. Could get everybody. And that'd be kind of funny.
Will do. Watching unfortunate turn of fate.
Almost everybody.
But of course.
Cabela. See Death Waltz. I need to go a little higher up. Right there. Let's trigger this.
Shadows. Let the blood of the wicked be shed as thou hast willed. Killing brings me no.
All right, big guy down. That only leaves me with one charge. But it's enough.
As honor ordained, come. The other side awaits.
Rough. Head trauma. Oof, we are hurting. Let's quick save. Mainly because I don't want that bug to happen. Especially with that hammer. Power weapon. Two-handed thunder hammer. Thankfully, it is not bound by a heretical or any other iconoclast or anything else like that. He's waiting for you. You know the place, so be there on time. The turn can be seen from the entrance to the Adeptus. Make sure some gawker doesn't see where you're going. Okay. And we got heavy armor, fire blessed carapace. Carapace grants its wearer +2 to deflection and 20% armor against fire damage, as well as immunity to burning. And base armor property is +10 armor against melee attacks. Well. So a new gang. Oh, is that what's going on? Gang war? Cool. What a time to be alive. First things first, though. Abelard. Sir? Well, where is that hammer? You do have power weapons. That's 11 to 17. I give you the power hammer, and then give you that heavy armor. Better than what you got. Well, your dodge takes a dive. 3 bonus to wounds goes away. Which is only 5 wounds. I think that's worth it. So what else is going on over here?
We should deal with this.
The symbol again. I cannot get back. Okay. Can't ever get in here.
Step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
There's an awareness door here. That's just base cargo. What else is going on over here? What, you scabbing? The huge walls that rise above the chaotic buildings of Footfall are strikingly different from the small houses and squalid huts sitting huddled under the soaring arches. That looks like another pamphlet. And it is. That's a worker doing worker things.
That wasn't so difficult.
This fake door is connected to a mine trigger. Hey buddy, what you doing?
Hey, what's that?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
And we're back to the beginning. All right. So what are the wounds we have? Strength and toughness are reduced by 20. Action points are reduced by -1. Ouch. Intelligence, perception, willpower, and fellowship are reduced by 15. Worker rips from a fire and head trauma from the Thunderhammer. That I can understand. God, with that many disabilities, we may have to get that patched up. All right, so since we're actually right back to the beginning of the sector, I'm going to put a cut in here, and we will return once these injuries are dealt with. See everybody shortly. All right, welcome back. It's like we never left.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Normally, I wouldn't do something like that, but we were right there. And honestly, those injuries are pretty debilitating. So, let's go ahead and knock on the door here and see what these cultists are up to. Hopefully, it's just sitting around singing Kumbaya and not dabbling in warp magic. That'd be nice.
Pay attention.
Immediate crate of goods. Warp trinkets, that's always good.
Let us walk this
Fortune
path to the
smiles on
end.
us. An ill omen.
Sister Argenta, if you would.
The light of terror shines for us.
Ever so gently. Oh, that was a misclick that almost cost.
Better myself through my service.
A very, very bad time.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Cast your eye. Join me in prayer.
Let's arm that if you would.
Never doubt me. The Emperor.
This is looking like a lovely place already. Well, that says there's loot in there. Knock, knock. Well, well, well. The edge of daybreak. This. Yep. Promising.
Grovel before the faithful. Your Emperor won't save you.
Well, that's a pink horror. And well, he's got some teeth. Okay. I can't be 100% certain. But I'm also kind of thinking that maybe this was a chaos cult. Abelard, will put you there. Sister Argenta. There, Soul. In the back, Idira. Go right back here with Soul. And Cabela. Here we go. Let's see, front line. Put the front line there. Pink Horror is going to get a chance to go. Somebody is going to about to have a bad day, and I fear it may be actually be like us. Backline. Sorry, rear. Backline we'll put right. Right there. Trigger kill zone stratagem and see what we can do with our arc rifle. All of you, I want your weapons to be garbage. Unfortunately, that costs 2 AP. Analyze on the pink horror and see what we get.
I serve the ruinous power. Death to non-believers.
Warp, you say?
Suffered worse.
That's warp fire. That's not good. In fact, none of this is good.
Indeed.
Get Endure up. Unfortunately, area of that attack means I won't be able to do much, but I should be able to lock down you.
It will be done.
Oh, that don't do much. 11 to 16.
I will do my duty. At your beck and call.
Did knock him prone, though, so I will take that. And I will run with it. There's a lot of sorcerers here. Leader's pretty strong, too. Yikes. Good parry.
Out of my way.
He's got a plasma pistol.
Shall endure everything with unshakable faith.
Good parry.
Chaos guides me.
And that shot landed.
Death to the
Fortunate.
chaos guides me.
Oh, we're setting up for a very lovely thunder slam here next turn.
I will not be deterred.
Cabela, I need you to dance.
I can't allow myself to do this.
Target is too far. It's not like I'm actually hiding in cover anymore, so... I guess I could shuffle sideways. Not too far sideways, though. Stay in the back line here. Sir, if you could...
Victory is achieved.
clean that up just a little bit. Just the sorcerer and the pink horror left. I want to do... It's a 37% chance. That plasma pistol is going to be annoying. Very much so. 2 to 4 on the pink horror. 32, that's a 95. Good free up Pascal.
The Emperor cannot corrupt.
Take out the trash. Clean this up. Run all the way to the back. Burst this cultist leader down.
I'll do it. The enemies of
He
the
is
Emperor
undoubtedly going to
will
try
never
and tie me up, and that's fine. 22%. Well, that's just not good at all.
Administration is a holy task.
Did land one hit. Dodge is very high. Idira. There is really not much space to maneuver around here, is there?
Anything is.
What do we have for our side effects? Twisting Path, Resolve -2. That's what's going on. Your difficulty tier of the demon for 1 round. Well, if we can keep this down to a minimum. Look, get over here. Cut him. Let's see if I can cause his head to explode first. I'm locked out from the veil.
I know what is to come.
Time to hit the pimp stick.
I have wrought your downfall.
Bella. Let's tie these guys up.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. The shadows will see it done.
Not enough.
Trust me.
Thank you. I kind of hung out to dry here, but I think it's acceptable.
Activate calculating fury algorithm. Request.
Keep stacking those in the pink horror. Let's do exposed weakness now. Oop. Just a regular attack.
I venerate you, machine spirit.
He's not going nowhere.
Reduce to dust.
And neither are you. Well, the horror got back up again.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
And I want to do another slam. Just a regular attack. Let's do just a regular attack.
I will do my duty.
Did not knock him prone this time.
Aim for the heart next time.
Ooh, somebody had a feedback on the plasma pistol. Good. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Good.
Will speak louder than words.
I need to knock this guy prone if I can.
Victory is imminent. Target well struck.
Nope. That's a negative. All right, free you guys up. And let's get you. Nope.
It's beyond me.
Get Abelard up and running here. $19. Give that to Abelard. Let's do concentrated fire.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Still 23%. But I'll take that. That worked better.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
All right, we got momentum going now. Still locked out from the warp. How many turns? One more round. Take cover.
There is movement in the Imperium.
And Cabela. Gonna be a whole lot? Not really.
I am your blade.
Clean this guy up first.
As honor ordains, my blade whispers your name.
That is against random, and the Sister Argenta's right there. Dang it. Alright, lock him down. Let's leave a little room for Cabela.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
And you got 2 stacks. That one didn't really help much. Front line, right here. Not worth it. Pink Horde does get to go first, but if Abelard can tie him up, I'd like to use Abelard's free attacks. Three to 5, 6 to 7, and still 3 to 5. Four. I'm doing a whole lot of damage here. And now the warp closes in.
A tactically sound approach.
That's all right.
Indeed.
Endure. We sworn enemy.
At your beck and call.
Give me that one. And let's trigger. Can I do an attack and then trigger Daring Breach? I hope so.
It will be done. For von Valentius.
Hey, buddy.
I will do my duty.
62.
Exemplary strike.
43.
Victory is imminent.
50. If I could do a high roll, this Pink Horror is dead.
It will be done.
Beautiful. Thunder Hammer for the win. Oh, now he split into blue horrors. Someone's asking for a Thunder Hammer strike. Let's just take a moment to talk about that. And how Argenta and Cabela both dodged that point-blank plasma blast, and the cultist leader did not. That is extraordinarily fitting and how it should be. When it comes down to playing
Great choice.
with plasma weaponry.
At your beck and call.
That one dodged. That's no fun. And we're gonna line these two up for a shot.
I will not.
Pop our rolls. And no pen. Oh, he dodged it. My bad. Whoops. Oh, that's over pen.
Guided by faith. Doubt is for the weak. This is unacceptable. I'll do it.
Good hit. Good hit. That's all we got. Ah, Indira, welcome back. We are going to analyze.
On it.
Expose your weakness and let's pop your head.
Anything else?
Oh, it didn't. It did not.
I bring
Yubela gets the kill though.
retribution. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Well, that was fun. Argenta rushes to the last living cultist and silently, furiously punches him in the face. Blaspheming heretic! Who are you praying to? I know those words. That call to a lord. Argenta doesn't get to finish. The cultist, having dropped to his knees, interrupts her with grating, rasping laughter. Of course you already know them. I recognize you too, lackey to the corpse on the throne. Haven't you already experienced the power of the true gods? Didn't you flee from us shedding tears? Argenta recoils as if from a blow, but then steps forward, grabs the cultist by the scruff of his neck, and makes him look into her eyes, burning like embers. I am one of the Adepta Sororitas, and I have never, not once in my life, fled from heretics and betrayers of humankind. Can't you see he's trying to get under your skin? Indira mutters. But he wants a quick bullet to the head instead of a bonfire. Despite her tone, she is looking around anxiously and rubbing her temples. Smells of a dark future, a noose around the neck. Argenta, wait. The heretic must be interrogated. What do you want to know, servants of the corpse, Emperor? The names of my brethren? How many of us there are? Where we are? I'll tell you myself. We are myriad, and we are everywhere. Soon, very soon, you'll hear our voices. And when you hear them at your backs, so close you can feel our breath, then you'll know the power of the true God. The undying Emperor is the one true God. You will soon learn this when you face his harsh judgment, as will all your accomplices. Yubela's voice is filled with cold implacability. Just how many of you vermin are there? First Recomenders, down here! Pascal pulls a number of instruments out of his robe. You would bet your life that the purpose of these items isn't to disassemble machines. He says casually, should you encounter difficulties during the information extraction process, I would recommend precise targeting of ganglia. The cultist chuckles arrogantly, but pales under Pascal's calmly probing gaze. How do you know Argenta? Have you seen her on footfall before? Not on footfall, the cultist laughs hoarsely. In another place. She flew right in like a bird into a snare. Argenta is staring at the cultist, her eyes wide. As if against her will, she whispers two words. Salus Prime. Argenta, what are you talking about? She snaps out of it, as if emerging from a reverie. Planet, a place. It doesn't matter. I know these heretics. I fought them and was gravely wounded, but I swear I never turned from them and ran. She turns to the cultist, her eyes filled with cold fury. If you truly have seen me on Salus Prime, someone among you must know a way to get there. Do you have your own ship? A navigator? Answer me! Ships and maps, roads and doors. We have them all, but our paths are not for you. The true God spins his web, and you are but a fly caught in it. But where is the spider? The cultist's eyes filled with madness. I need something more coherent. Rogue trader, we won't get anything from this madman. As for my part in the story, I will tell it, but not here, not in his presence. Who or what is this true God you keep mentioning? You will know, in time. The cultist gives you a wicked smile, painted with the fresh blood on his lips. Well, seeing as how we have pink and blue horrors going around here, I'm going to say Zeech. End him, Argenta. You can kill me, servant of the corpse Emperor, but you can't stop the victory of the true God. The edge of the daybreak is nigh, and the hour of his triumph approaches. Silence hangs for a minute, then Agenta turns to you and shrugs nonchalantly. That's it. We fulfilled Reverend Hieronymus's request, which means I am now free. I can continue my travels with you, rogue trader. Before we leave this den, let us round up the remains of the blasphemers. I would like to cleanse this place with purifying flame. Perhaps we can find clues that might tell us where these heretics came from, or if they have any more associates. Agenta lowers her head wearily. We need to talk, but it can wait. Let's meet on the ship when it's time to depart Footfall. Who's got the gubbins? Another plasma pistol. We're getting more plasma pistols than I ever thought we would so far. Cultist Hood. When the wearer uses a psychic power attack, they either restore 2 AP or take 10 warp damage, with a 50% chance for each of those effects. Neat, but very high risk. Pascal, if you would.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Ooh, new foe hammer. Actually, that thing seems to hit like a truck compared to the old one. Sororitas boots. The wearer raises momentum to 175 whenever they kill 5 enemies in a row in 1 turn. Okay. That sounds like we really need to work on our burst fire in order to make that a thing. Ideally, more bolters would be better. Or heavy guns. That would be good. Alright, so save everyone the fun of loading screens. Clearly, we have to go back to the Reverend and have a chat. So I'm going to put a cut in here, and we'll come back when we're at the Reverend. See y'all shortly. Alright, welcome back, everybody. I lied. We didn't have to talk to the priest. We had to talk to Sister Agenta, so it's kind of a good thing, I guess, that I decided to put a cut in, because that would have been wildly annoying. Going all that way for nothing. Meanwhile, Agenta.
Greetings.
Even in stillness, Sister Agenta radiates energy, with her dark eyes shining and a slight blush to her cheeks. She is reciting a prayer and looks at you only once she has spoken the final line. I'm waiting for you to tell me about your past and to explain the strange words of that cultist on Footfall.
Yes, I'm ready. I would ask only one thing of you, rogue trader. If I may, I would like to see the chamber of the sacred warrant and kneel before the relic touched by the Emperor himself. A difficult conversation lies ahead of us, and I wish to pray by the relic before I lay my soul bare.
Disconcerting. Of course, let's go there right away. Agenta nods gratefully. Agenta drops to her knees, her hands making the sign of the Aquila. Her eyes are locked on the sweeping signature on the warrant, a seemingly mundane thing, merely a flourish on a piece of paper, unless one knows whose hand left that mark and whose blood is on that paper. If thou seest the flaw in me, smite me. If thou knowest the fall of mine, burn me. The flames of fury and righteousness. But if thou setst a light in me, grace me. If thou hearest this plea of mine, bless me, with the wrath of fury and of righteousness. Agenta's voice is sonorous, as if made for singing hymns and prayers, but right now she cannot seem to catch her breath, so overwhelmed with emotion is she. For I breathe by the will of thine, for I live by the will of thine. I carry thy word, O Emperor, bring solace to servants of thine, and ruin to the foes of thine, a fate of terror and righteousness. Upon finishing, she closes her eyes and remains silent for a long time with her head raised high. Slowly, like the first licks of flame in a campfire, Smile blossoms on her lips. When Argenta finally opens her eyes, they are alight with uncanny resolution. Rogue Trader, we need to talk. Or rather, I need to tell you something. The truth. The truth about how I ended up on Theodora von Valencia's ship, and about the cultists we encountered on Footfall. I'm listening. Please understand, I couldn't trust you before. I'll tell you my story and you'll see why. Magenta pauses. I'll start at the beginning. It's easier to piece everything together that way. Upon arriving in the Expanse and on Footfall, I found no purpose here, only torment. I wasn't needed. The reliquary I'd been assigned to safeguard was already well protected by Reverend Hieronymus' mission, and no one was even trying to defile it. For all its lawlessness, Footfall respects and worships the Emperor. That was when Lady Theodora, head of your dynasty, appeared. She became an agent of divine will in a way. Magenta falters, searching for the words. It was from her that I learned about a planet recently discovered by her scouts, Salus Prime. For a rogue trader, the planet was of little interest, a feral world away from convenient warp routes. But for me, learning about its existence was a revolution. I've never even heard of such a planet. Does it belong to the von Valencia's dynasty? Yes. Now the planet is yours by right, but it's not as simple as that. The warp route leading to it was lost. I will explain in due time. May I continue? Please do. The description of Salus Prime was familiar to me. It seemed very similar to a world from an ancient legend. The legend of Saint Argenta and her ship. Her voice grows reverent. Argenta, the living saint. She is my patroness. The Order named me after her. She died millennia ago, when heretics caused her ship to fall from the skies. But even those blasphemers could not touch Argenta's ashes or her holy relic, the one star. For the fallen ship, which now serves as the resting place for the saints' remains, would only allow the truly righteous to enter. All others would meet their death. Imagine what I felt when this flash of insight came upon me. The world where Saint Argenta's ship fell was merely a vague legend. No one knew its actual whereabouts. And suddenly, I, myself named after the saint, come across this information. I realized at that moment that it was important, that I must journey to the planet to find the ship. And so I asked Reverend Hieronymus to let me go for a time on a personal pilgrimage. I boarded Theodora's ship and demanded passage to the newly discovered planet Salus Prime. Why did you keep your supposition from Reverend Hieronymus? Surely he would have helped you with the search for the ship and the saint's remains. I couldn't just come out and tell him. It was important revealed to me personally, can't you see? I told Reverend Hieronymus the honest truth, that I was going on a personal pilgrimage to embolden my spirit. It really was a pilgrimage. It was as if Saint Argenta herself had shown me the way, commanding me to undertake this trial. If I had found the ship and set foot on its decks, if I had laid my hand on her remains and the relic, it would have been a sign that I truly had been blessed with the saint's favor. Interesting. Like this would be, yeah, a reminder to her. Very much so. This is another option. Irresponsible. If you had gotten yourself killed on the planet, no one would have learned about its existence, and the holy relic would have been lost. Although I think this one might be the best one. That's understandable. Searching for your destiny, for your place in the world, is a special matter. Personal one. Either you succeed at it, or you don't. And this one's kind of important. Especially if she had been lost in the warp for so long. Finding a purpose like that, I can understand that. Argenta looks at you, somewhat surprised. I thought that I had been called, that finding the ship was my destiny, my place in the world? Perhaps there's something to that. You mentioned something called the One Star. What is it? Apologies, I got so carried away I forgot to explain. The One Star is the relic kept by Saint Argenta. I belong to the Order Pronatus, and we attach particular significances to holy relics. The One Star is one of the lost relics of the past, so mysterious that no one even knows what it is exactly. Argenta's hagiography at times calls it a banner, or a set of armor, or a blessed chainsword. One thing is certain, it was a beacon of righteousness, and it was lost with Argenta's death. I imagine Theodora was thrilled with the prospect. Lady Theodora lent her assistance. It was her intention to visit the newly discovered world, and she took me with her, so he didn't tell her. What happened next? Defeat, Argenta says bitterly. The ship's augurs failed to detect anything of note during orbital scanning. I was expecting this, though. According to the legend, the ship can conceal itself from the naked eye, and only a pilgrim guided by a pure heart can find it. What I didn't expect was an ambush waiting for us on the planet. I landed there with a small unit provided by Theodora. I know Saint Argenta's hagiography. That's a word. Hagiography by heart. I know all the legends about her. I followed their obscure clues. The descriptions of mountains and rivers from millennia-old tales. And I was certain that I had found the way to the ship. And that's when we were attacked. The words we heard in the heretic shrine on footfall. Something about ways, doors, pleas addressed to some lord, the edge of daybreak. Argenta is shaking with disgust. They were the same words as those spoken by the cultists who attacked us on Solus Prime. My whole unit perished. All those honest, brave people I had led to search for the relic. It was only by a miracle that I didn't perish along with them. I didn't connect these events at first. The cultists on Footfall, the cultists on Solus Prime, the cultists attacking the ship, and Kunrad's betrayal. What if these are all linked to the same chain? What if they've long since infiltrated the ranks of the von Valancia's servants? What if I led those heretics to the sacred planet with my search? No need to blame yourself. If the heretics really had wormed their way into the von Valancia's ranks by then, they would have found the planet even without you going there. I doubt it. No one except me was particularly interested in the planet. Kunrad, on the other hand, he sympathized with me when I first came aboard. He helped arrange an audience with Theodora and supported me in my effort to visit the planet. I never told him plainly why I wanted to go there. I imagine that vulture must have figured out that it was something important. Something related to the holy faith of the Imperium. And what could delight a heretic more than defiling a relic? So how did you manage to escape from the cultists? Argenta hangs her head. Theodora's people received the distress call and came to my rescue and brought me aboard the ship. I barely remember what happened. When they arrived, I was already severely wounded, fighting back with whatever remained of my strength. I think I shouted that we had to go after them, but they didn't listen. They took me to the shuttle and pulled out. After that, it's all blackness. When I came to, we were already in the middle of a warp jump. Theodora had urgent matters to take care of, and she decided that she could clear out the planet at a later time. Sadly, the only one that might have all the answers, Kunrad, escaped. Oh yes, and I sincerely hope that we will meet him again. That serpent needs to answer a few questions before he is plunged into cleansing flame. And that's why you didn't trust me before, correct? Yes, rogue trader. Argenta looks you in the eye. I saw with my own eyes how a member of your family showed his true colors as a servant of the archenemy. I had already suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of cultists and was afraid of another betrayal. I couldn't be forthright with you, and so I studied you, looking for seeds of corruption, or the light of righteousness. And what did you find? A man who stood shoulder to shoulder with me and helped eradicate the cultists on Footfall. Argenta smiles, as if reminiscing about a pleasant evening spent in the company of friends rather than a bloody battle. So just to clarify, you were wounded, so you never found Saint Argenta's ship, is that right? Yes. I rushed to Theodora the moment I could walk again, and I insisted on going back to Solus Prime to defend the relic from the heretics. But I was told that the warp had destroyed the old route to the planet, and that plotting a new one would take a great deal of time and effort. As if there could be anything more important than protecting the faith and hunting down servants of the archenemy. In any event, the route was lost, and all knowledge of it died in the attack of the ship along with the old navigator. But now we have a new lead, the data we collected in the cultist shrine on Footfall. I don't care what that reprobate we executed said. There must be a way to track them down. Tell me, Rogue Trader, will you help me in this undertaking? Will you help me find this great relic and return it to the people of the Imperium? Well, let's be absolutely blunt. Searching for ancient ships and relics is an exciting prospect. Of course I'll help you. Argenta walks up and places her hand on your shoulder. So be it, Rogue Trader. As I stand here before the warrant, an embodiment of the Emperor's will marked by his own hand, I vow that I will not relent until the holy relic has been returned and the heretics punished. And may the light be with us both on this path. Well, all right. I guess you could say retinue secured. Yeah. Done and done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is about all the time we have for today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, by all means, please don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff. Every little bit does help. In the meantime, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, all.
Target acquisition is screwed. Give me manual controls now.